friends in the chatterbox. Welcome back. Was there a week, or were we just here? It's such a fast week. But at the same time, it seems like a long time ago that we got to hang out with May, and all of you made it. I hope you made it back to Craft Roulette this week. We are so glad you're here. We have like 31 new first-timers this week in our gallery, so I think there might be some made-its here. Anyway, we're so glad to have you here. I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your founder, and I don't know, don't forget that one. Your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. What is Craft Roulette, you ask? What is it? Well, it is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are here almost every Friday night waiting for you. We got a seat for you. Come on in. If you like card making and paper crafts, this may just be the place you need to be. We have a wonderful guest tonight, Amanda Stevens. She has the dubious honor of having been a guest 3 times, but having hosted 2 times, hosted Craft Roulette. And oddly enough, when she was on, I said, have something in your hand, like the spoonicle, when you come on. And so she was holding scissors, and I was immediately worried. What if she could get hurt right here on the show? But she didn't. She did a beautiful job. Let's just say Amanda is very special to us here at Craft Roulette, and I know you're going to love her. So, slideshow, brilliant job. You guys broke your own record with 367 cards this week. 367 cards is a whole lot of cards. It's like 3.5 of this much. So, I think, something like that. The one that got away, I fished the other day. It was this big, pulled me into the pond. Yep, no, none of that stuff is true. None of it. Housekeeping, I really don't have any, but we do have some announcements. No housekeeping, but we do have housekeeping. And if you have watched Craft Roulette, you know what we're talking about. I saw somebody say something about thumbs up. If you could, that would be fabulous. The YouTube people would just go, man, they are very popular. And, just those cards alone are worth a thumbs up. That's what I'm thinking. Subscribe, share, leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Those are all great things, and we appreciate it. We have some wonderful spin sponsors, and our spin sponsors are the nice companies that donate gift certificates for those who have sent in a card. This week, our spin sponsors are for the month of June. Mr. Producer's over there pushing buttons. Oh, he had his headphones on. He was testing something else. Brutus Monroe. Brutus Monroe. And did you see that Christopher has a new kind of tennis shoe he's going to be promoting next fall? Cute. May Made It has a gift certificate for one of our card contributors this week. Hope your doggie's doing better, May. Hate that kind of that news. And Pear Blossom Press. We also have discounts with Pear Blossom Press and Brutus Monroe for the month of June. Just go over to craftroulette.live, associates spin sponsor. Use those links and you'll get all that information too. Yes, we do love our spin sponsors. We do. They are so fun because they are giving away their stuff to our card contributors, and we don't spin until later in the show. If you sent in a card last week, make sure you watch to the end of the show because you may be a winner. And I think that would be pretty cool. Yes, it's little Lizzie the dachshund is sick. It's May's dog. I just hate that. Anyway, we hope Lizzie is better. If you are in Lakeland, Florida this weekend, say hi to some of our spin sponsors, Jamie and Sandy from Sweet Sentiments. Scrappy Tales is there, and so is the Ton. Tell Effie she should come back on the show, too, when you're there. Just tell her we miss her, and we would love to see her on Craft Roulette. If you do see any people there when you're at Lakeland, Florida, just tell them about Craft Roulette and see if they want to be a spin sponsor or maybe talk to me about being on the show. We're always interested in awesome people to meet. We at Craft Roulette are not sponsored by any companies yet. We are sponsored by our patrons. Oh, they are the best people in the whole wide world. We have we have a lot of them now, and it's just keeping me busy, and I love it. They're so nice. They get inside information, behind the scenes information. They have their own blog where we try to keep up a lot of conversation with each other. We have extra content. I'm having a blast with it because I don't teach here. I don't teach much over there, but I teach it to mouth. You might catch a tip or two, but it's not. I wouldn't call it teaching by any stroke of the pen or stretch of the imagination. Tomorrow, Club Fun, we have a Zoom call at noon, so make sure you join us for that. Next Thursday, since I won't see you before then, next Thursday we have Fun Supporters and Up. We have our Happy Birthday card Zoom call at noon also. So we look forward to that. Do want to welcome, listen to this, all these new cool people. New patrons this week: Laura Hodges, welcome. Polly Bragg, Sandy Be Good, Susan Cerrone, Gretchen F., Ellen O'Brien, Pammy Ballington, Gina Smith, and Tanisha, of all things. It's just a wonderful thing to welcome you, and we are so appreciative to have you as patrons and supporting us and just kind of coming alongside us and saying, I think you kind of have a cool show and I want to support that. That's what it's about. Mr. Mike needs some new duds. This is by the House of Detizio. This is by Marianne Hill in England, but he could use some new clothes.
He might even smile.
He might. You going to tell us? Oh, Mr. Mike, the man of all words and the man of no words, all at the same time. We do have a stamp set that if you are interested in being prepared for all things Craft Roulette, we do have a stamp set. There's the link. Some merch, if you want to wear some clever little things to those scrap stamping things, and then you will find other Craft Roulette people. It is like secret information. It's kind of, oh, you're one of those. Yes, I want to be a friend of yours. Do I have anything else? No. Everything else is coming.
Mug Club?
It's coming. I'm going to do it with achievements.
We will post Mr. Mike's measurements in the Facebook group.
There you go. I have to retake him. I don't think he's gained any weight, but you just never know around here. You have anything in your mouth? Nope, he's good. Well, from California, we have a sweet, sweet guest. She lights up a room and she lights up a card. Welcome to Craft Roulette, Amanda
Hello.
Stevens.
Thanks for having me back. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm glad I don't have to be on your side this time.
But you did really well.
Well, we didn't die, and the show happened, so yay.
And you didn't cut yourself with the spoon or impale yourself or anything. Yeah, this is too hard. No, you didn't go all Shakespeare on us or anything. Like theater blood, because you used to be in theater, the costuming and things. So you didn't have any theater blood squirting out of your Craft Roulette shirt.
And I have an excellent recipe for fake blood if anybody ever needs it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. You also have to be able to get it out of costumes. So you use a soap base, like Tide, and use one of the blue Tides, and then you use Hershey syrup and a lot of red food color. But the soap base allows it to wash out so that tomorrow the dress can start white before you get it bloody for the next show, You
just never know what we're going to get here. Last week we had evil chickens. You went with the evil chicken on your card.
I did. I was hoping to see more evil chickens.
We got a handful. Yeah. But
I saw Linda. I think super cute with the rainbow.
Yeah. I think evil chickens, which was May's card, if you weren't here last week, may have found its home here at Craft Roulette. I think it's great fun. It was a cute idea and cute card. Well, for those few people that have not met you here on Craft Roulette before, could you give us a thumbnail about who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Amanda. I am a card maker. I've been doing that for a very long time. A few years ago, I decided to venture into products with my husband because he's an electrician, electronics engineer. He builds things. Like circuit boards. So we started with lights, and we've been doing that for a couple years, which is fun. I don't only make light up cards because that would get boring and drive me crazy. So I've been on a lot of design teams, which I still enjoy, but I've had to step back from most of them. I don't have enough time to run my business and do all that, but I squeeze it in. And the one thing that I do is I try to make a craft roulette card every week, because that it doesn't have to light up. It just keeps me in the fun part of why I'm doing it. So,
and your cards are fun. You love interactive cards. I will go over and get Mr. Producer's birthday card during the break because it was so fun. So you do like interactive cards, but you're clean and simple at the same time. You're not. You use a lot of dies.
Well,
and you
if I
do a
really,
beautiful job.
Clean and simple is one of those like really hard things.
Yeah, it is hard.
Oh, it's hard. You're like, is it done? It should be done. That should be enough. And then you're like, no, but I also cut this one out and that one out. And look, if I just stack them all. And then before you know it, you have a busy card. So then sometimes I have to like step back. What would Kathy Zilski do?
Yes. What would Susie do? No kidding.
If I can't figure out colors, what would Laura Basson do?
A lot of what Kathy Zilski would do. They're very similar in their styles and colors. Clean and simple is kind of like the souffle of crafting, of card making, because you know the souffle is, is it done? Is it done? And
is it going to collapse?
You take it out, and then it wasn't, and then
The other thing about clean and simple, I think, is that you have to use really good ingredients, because you're only going to use like 3.
Good point.
So everybody's going to notice if it's the floppy paper, or if you color outside the lines. So you gotta like
resemble
every
that remark.
Little bit that you put on there has to be good. So
yeah, perfect. Have to be really good at ink blending, things like that.
Yeah. Or splatter.
I'll just throw stuff on. It's too hard for me. And we are going to see what you've always made great cards. I don't have any worries about you. We do have an announcement for our group. And that is Amanda had this brainstorm idea about, is it national or worldwide card making?
World Card Making Day.
World Card Making Day. Intergalactic, inter-universe kind of card making day. And so she contacted us and said, I had this hop. I want to change the hop. How about if we do it on craft roulette? And we said, well, she was talking to me, and I said, well, I have to ask Mr. Producer. Well, and a couple more things came along, and I said, well, I have to ask Mr. Producer. So I went up to Mr. Producer and said, hey, Amanda has this idea, and she wants to do this and this and this. And he said, no. But if we do it, this is how we're going to do it. And so we're going to do it. It's going to be a great event. Make sure you guys have that on your calendar. It's going to be a long event. Not for everybody, except for Amanda and me and Mr. Producer. It's going to be long. But I do want to tell you something, Miss Amanda. I'm worried that you're going to come on the show like this again with scissors. So I have prepared your own spoon-a-phone.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I will be sending that to you here in a few days. So I don't want to lose my co-host and my host on the show that day. So, and that's right. We made it Team Orange. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a ton of fun. There are multiple people that will be joining us, and you will learn more as we go along. So
yes. So
thank you for that idea.
October 7th. It's Saturday, October 7th. Always the first Saturday of October is World Card Making Day. So
yeah, if you were planning to get married that day, just reschedule.
Yeah, you have to wait.
Do it the week after. Just join us on that day.
So Lawn Fawn is not that far from where we live. And a couple of years ago on our anniversary, I dragged Micah to a Lawn Fawn event. And this year, we're celebrating our anniversary, or we're supposed to celebrate it a couple days early on the Saturday before. and I accidentally just scheduled another lawn fun event. Whoops. So,
Good thing Micah is a nice fellow.
I'm glad he likes lawn fun.
Now you know what to give him for an anniversary present. A lawn fun card. That's good. I forgot to ask you, are you going to ask me what craft roulette is? Or because I forgot to ask you if you really... Do you know by now what craft roulette is?
Hey, Mary, what's craft roulette?
I don't know, but we'll find out. Thank you for being here, Miss Producer. Thank you, Amanda. Let's have some fun. We'll be right back.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Oh, we're just talking tech here. We're just talking tech. Giggle, giggle. I always have such a nice night with Amanda. It's just fun. Okay, so, yes, that is what we do every Friday. 6:10 for the slideshow, 6:30 for the real show. And we always are glad to have you join us. If you are watching the replays, please tell us hi in the comments. We would love to say hi back. What else? We're going to do something now. We're going to talk about last week before we start this week. Last week, like I said, you broke your record at 367 contributions. You know that's more than 1 card a day. Imagine getting 1 card a day for a year. That's how many we got this weekend. It really is outstanding, and we thank you so much for joining us on the board. That brings us up to 17,369 total cards, which is over a mile, and I'm not sure how tall that is if you pile them up. This is a time where we like to talk about our achievers for the week and welcome our first timers. But first, you've got to see my card. This was my card. It was a little shaker card. Our little parameters were kids card, Citrus Orchard, which turned out to be a really bright and beautiful combination. Spring Scene, so fun, and metallic or foil for the random. That one is the metallic or foil is the one that kind of threw me off on not knowing what you were going to come up with. You did a very good job of being very creative with it. It was cool. So, well done. Well done. I appreciate your efforts. There was May's Evil Chicken. If you don't know about the Evil Chicken, you should really go back and watch last week's episode. She was a great guest, had a lot of fun with her. But that is her Evil Chicken. So, well done. It was really fun to have her on.
What's next?
Well, I thought you were going to invite Amanda in, are you?
Hey, Amanda, do you want to come on the show?
Get that scissors. Here we go. This part is on a timer, but this is our parade of achievements for the week. And at the end, I will give you my announcement. All right, here we go. For our first timers, we'd like to welcome Lorna Curtis from California. Yasmina, I did practice that, from Oklahoma. It doesn't sound like it. Sharon, see how citrusy she went. Andrea from Florida. Look at the springs. Sherry from Ohio. Mary Alice from West Virginia. I kept thinking that card was sideways. Croppin' Susie from Pennsylvania. That's Laura from Texas. Carolyn from California. And that was like a kid's card. Her granddaughter, I believe. Jetty from North Carolina.
Oh, I know that bunny.
Kim from Kansas. Creative Cindy from Sparta. That's so cute. Rose from Florida. There's that same stamp set. Janice from Kentucky. These were all first timers. Amazing.
Wow, so many first timers. That's awesome.
Deb from Ontario. I think that swing could break. Alan from the UK.
Nice. Another bunny.
Sheila from North Carolina.
Evil chicken.
And Linda from Alabama. Another one. That's right. Awesome. See, they're great. Donna Lee from Georgia with nice ducks. Deborah from Ohio.
Shoot.
So many clever ideas. Tammy from Wisconsin. Yeah. Janet from Pennsylvania. Very kid-friendly card. Vicky from Arkansas. Very pretty. Trudy Adams Shaver from Washington State.
Hey, I think I know Trudy.
Really? Brenda from Kentucky.
I think we were at a retreat together.
Linda from Florida. It's a small world. You can't say a bad thing about anybody. Michelle from Wisconsin. You'll know somebody that was with them at a retreat. Sandra from Michigan. That's why they're such a nice community. Beth from Georgia. Another evil chicken. Amy from Illinois.
He's got one in there too.
Mike from Washington. Got some dudes in here. Yeah. And some major milestone achievers. 75 for Mary Ellen. Set 25 for Misty. I think I had to do this one too, and I didn't. Lynn has hit 75. Anna Rebidu has sent in 75. And our leading ladies, number 6 is Smurf Murphy.
I got to meet
number 5, which is also number 6, is Jackpot Muller. Happy chickens. Kathy Herring has sent in 133 cards. Alyssa 5K, now 6K Lamone has sent in 135. And Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 146 consecutive cards. And Patty Beck, 163 in a row. Wow. Right. Welcome to Club 52, Kendra Morgan.
I got to meet Kendra too.
Oh, that's so fun. Gwen Simmons.
All right, Gwen.
Well done. And Sue Harris. I got to meet her on a Zoom call. They're all in Club 52. All right. Anna York, by the way, is not in Club 52, but she reached a milestone for herself that is Club 52. She's done more than 52 cards, but she has done 52 Star Wars cards in a row using our 4 parameters. It is the most creative, crazy, fun thing.
It's so much fun to watch those.
I know. So congratulations, Anna York. Your daughter sometimes sending cards too. I'm hoping to get something from them this summer. And as has her husband. I mean, it's the whole family that has done Craft Roulette with us. All right. So that is that. And we have another club. It's called the Mug Club. And the Mug Club, we were sending out mugs for people that have sent in 100 cards. 100 cards is a lot of cards. It just is. And so we couldn't keep up with the mugs. I couldn't keep up with the mugs. So we're up to 26 mugs, and I have a couple to still send out. But we thought, what do these people like better than mugs? And we thought they would like their own exclusive stamp set. And so
that's cool. That's really cool.
We have for you your own exclusive Mug Club Roulette robot stamp for coming your way. Right now, it is in the mail to our leading ladies, and I will be working on getting them to everybody else. If you are currently a Mug Club member, oh man, I would almost pay you to do this, but I'm not because I don't pay anybody nothing. But I would really appreciate it if you would go to contact us and send me your address. And that way I don't have to search and hope that it's current and all that. So if you could do me that favor, that would be great. And we'll get you your own little Mug Club stamp.
Just to be clear, this is for people that have sent in 100 unique cards over 100 weeks.
Yes.
So,
yes, you have to
earn one of these, you have to send in 100 cards.
And
we have quite
I bet
a few
everybody's
going to reach for it now. We already are, but.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Heidi, you know what? We made it the size that we made it, and I went to the post office today, so the shipping is manageable. So that's why we did some of that. So that is, don't worry about, it's all covered. So it's a very special thing to be able to thank you for this little.
Laura says she only has 93 to go.
Way to go, Laura!
Don't worry, you'll get there before you know it.
You're only 1.5 Christmases away. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Yep. This is in lieu of the mug. We were only going to do the mugs up to 25, and then we had 2 on the last week. So, but we wanted to keep giving you stuff for something special. So, anyway, that's pretty cool. That's what we're doing. Anyway, that's it. So, cool. That is last week. That puts the kibosh on last week, and that means we need to start talking about this week. Amanda, are we ready?
We're ready. I'm ready.
Let's bring on that wheel.
I haven't looked.
Surprise!
We're gonna
there
throw
they
there.
are. You know what? There's Honey on there. So if we get Honey, you have a bunny named Honey.
I do have a bunny named Honey, and that's like calling a big guy tiny. She is not necessarily sweet.
There's a bit of irony in that, huh?
Sometimes she's sweet.
Oh my gosh. I do have something I want to ask you, Amanda.
Okay.
You have one of the happiest faces on the planet. And I want to know, can you make a mean face? Well,
ask my kid. I could go there real fast.
You did that like quick as a bunny, but I don't know. I don't know if
just throw some Legos on the floor.
And then that face will come out. Good deal. I've been wondering that very, very question. All right. Well, those are the parameters that we will be working with tonight. We'll get one of every column, and we will be making a card. Oh, my gosh. And I've done it 168 times now, almost. Yes, I have. This is 169. We do let our patrons veto a couple things, and that means that if the wheel does land on this number, we will spin again. The wheel can't make us use that parameter, but if you want to use that parameter and it fits in the ones that we get, and if you haven't seen the show, you're going, what is she saying? You're welcome to use it. But if you are new to the show, just hang on, because this will make sense maybe in a few minutes. For the vetoes, our parameters, our patrons have said no thank you to Nest for colors, number 12. For element, they said no thank you to nails. And for random, they said no tie-dye. There you go. Now this is the chance that we give Amanda. Would you like to veto something?
No, I can't even read it from here. You can see my squinty face if I try.
Okay, that's fair enough. You've never vetoed anything.
I vetoed the purse once. Only because I had Sabrina's purse in the mail, and I didn't want it to come up and then not have the die set. So it showed up, and then the next week I think it came up. So that was pretty awesome.
That's pretty good. Well, since you're so good at that, you want to guess some numbers since you can't read it. Do you want to just throw some numbers out for something that you want the wheel to land on?
Yeah, this is throwing darts because I can't read it. I can read the big ones.
So for project, What number
Project
would you like?
number 9.
Number 9. Card with
I
belly band is what you were hoping
Well, I
to
like
get.
those. Those are good.
Yeah.
For
Colors?
colors, let's say 17.
17 it is. Vintage.
Oh, I don't really want
Yeah.
that. But
I thought we might get a little face. For
for element, let's say 2.
2. Large animal.
Oh,
That
I like
is the one that Allie Cope wanted too.
That
And
would be
for
good.
random,
Let's see. Oh, not paperclip. I know that's still on there.
Yeah.
11.
11 it is. Hexagon. Those
Okay.
are, yeah, you'll be the lucky guest if you get those things. Card with belly band, vintage colors, large animal, and hexagon.
This was a new technique.
Yes,
Just guessing numbers without necessarily knowing what they imply. I like it.
I think maybe that's the way we should go.
Like the
Just don't
ultimate
look at the
roulette.
wheel.
Yeah.
Just put a number, guess a number, any number.
Yep.
Yeah, it's. I did
I
find
have a
out.
question though.
Yeah.
Since we've switched over with the colors, the Craft Roulette neutrals still stand, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. If they fit into that color palette, and most of
so
them
they do have to fit.
Yeah, but where are you not going to have a neutral if you have Wizard of Oz?
I don't know. I was just wondering.
Vegetable garden, you're going to have neutrals. Yeah.
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 There's lots
So,
of metallic in vegetable garden.
There you go. Well, there's that. You know, you're right. I hadn't thought of that.
Glittery
But-
foil.
Making me have to think too hard on a Friday
Well,
night, and
I
when
was
I'm all
wondering.
just trying to think about crafting. This is getting too complicated. Well, I don't know. Anyway, we'll deal with each one as it comes. Let's give this
All right.
guy a warm up. Good question. My gosh. I think it was that mad face kind of set you. Got you thinking. For project, what will we get? Will we get a card with a belly band? Number 1, a see-through card. All right. We are going to talk about each and every one of these in just a minute. For colors, what will we get? Number 16, rustic garden. Okay, so I do have an answer for your question with that.
All right.
For element, at least for rustic garden.
All
Get the
the
tail
middle.
on the wheel. Number 17, ooh, the fashion. Fashion. And random. Number 11, that is hexagon. You got one of them.
All right.
Oh, Amanda, the Mr. Wheel is giving us something tonight. Let me tell you.
All right.
That's okay. That right off the bat, I'm thinking this is a crazy one, but that's okay. We're gonna figure it out.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's gonna be fine. But I'll tell you, I have some reasons I'm saying that it's gonna seem a little odd. But let's go through these parameters because we need to.
All right.
For a project that's see-through, it's going to me, I think. Okay, wait a minute. This is your art project, everybody. We aren't going to tell you what to make. We're not going to tell you how to make it. We're just going to say, these are the 4 parameters. Have some fun. And join us on the cardboard. So, art projects can be very literal, and like Andy Warhol's Campbell soup cans, or they can be very abstract, like the Cubists and all the modern stuff that I have no idea what they are. And then you have everything in between. So that's kind of your area that you get to work in. But we aren't going to tell you how to make this, but we are going to talk about some suggestions and some things to think through. See-through to me is going to be something on the front of a card that you can see through to the back of the card. That's very simple.
Mhm.
It could be a window. It can be figuratively a see-through thing, like a picture of a window. It doesn't have to literally be a hole, but it could be.
A glass jar,
Something
a
that is
wine
see-through.
glass.
It could be. You could also use the acetate shakers, like the full shakers. Those are
Mhm.
fun. Or like, have you seen Jennifer Maguire's lace technique where she just cuts all the dies and kind of overlaps them, and then you have
Mhm.
holes through those, and those are glued
Mhm.
onto the front of your card.
Yep.
Uh,
Now I will go ahead and tell you, I do have a little bit of a concern with see-through and fashion on the same wheel.
well,
Just saying.
we've all worn that
Uh,
dress out in the sun and then realized our mistake.
but please keep in mind, we need slips
Yes.
on those
Keep it
dresses.
PG. Keep it PG.
That's right. It's gotta be PG, or as my friends used to call it, MG for Mary Gun Rated. And I
That's
I didn't
somewhere
even know how to
above
play
G.
roulette. So yeah, I'm very innocent. So see-through, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So glasses, that would work. You could have some
glasses is a good
sunglasses
idea.
that would be very fashionable.
Oh, glasses are fashionable. I was trying to think if I had any dies that were like dresses or something like that, but glasses. I have glasses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And fashion isn't always high fashion.
Right.
It can be everybody has
Oh,
their own fashion, right?
yes.
Maybe it's a whoa 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 shirt after all.
Yeah.
So,
I've got
yeah.
my Craft Roulette shirt on too.
There you go. And we are so smart.
That's high fashion.
That is high
We are.
fashion.
We
So
could use
okay,
the
so you
Craft
got it.
Roulette stamp set to make a t-shirt. Oh, have you guys ever made those t-shirt cards? You know, where it's like folded in half and just two little snips on the top and fold it over, and that's his like collar. And then you
Yeah,
add a
or
pocket or
bibs
buttons
or
or something.
onesies or anything like that. Could be
That's
you could have
fashion.
a picture from a magazine. You could have one of
Rustic
Tim
garden though, that
Holtz's
seems like
paper dolls.
masculine to me. Or like vintage wedding dresses or something too.
Yeah. Oh, all over the place. Rustic garden. So this is my answer to your question. Rustic garden would definitely have browns. It could have browns. It could have metallics because you could have watering pails.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have metallics and rust and
Bricks,
bricks.
moss.
If anybody missed it, Dawn from W+9 put out a video, I think it was this past week or the week before, and she did like this rustic, like it's just rusty barrel, like a whiskey barrel or water barrel. And oh my gosh, it was so cool. And I thought she was using metallics in there for sure when I saw the front picture, but no, it was really cool. She just layered on the colors.
I think I don't know if it's in Fun University or if it's in the patron group. I did one on on a watering pail, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And to get some really good little oxidized areas and things.
Yeah.
So okay, so rustic garden, you could have the rustic part sheds colors like any kind of muted reds or barnwood kind of things. I would
But
think.
you could still have flowers blooming in your
But
garden,
you can
right?
still have
So
flowers
all
and
those colors too.
cucumbers.
So like a
Yes.
craft background and then pop any colors you want on top.
Yeah. So So you could do all sorts of things with it. So you get to decide. So if you want some rusty metals, now's a good day. This will be a good week for you. So fashion. So there's fashion, high fashion, there's low fashion, there's my fashion, there's your fashion, but there's also how did you fashion that? It's a verb. To fashion something is to make something.
That's a good
one. You could do.
So if you want to fashion a cool interactive die or something like that.
Yes.
I'm not. Whenever I'm on the show, I set the bar really low. Just make something, anything, and don't die. That's it.
That's right. That's right. These are good ideas. Absolutely not. These are things that I wish I had said because those are all good pieces of advice. I will add those to the website for yes, please no Harry Carey on the show. But anyway, so fashion, you've got all sorts of things too. Basically, if you have something with clothing, it's not going to have to be just don't think of wedding dresses and evening gowns and tuxedos. That's not going to be the only kind of fashion.
Ooh, wedding cards. Those would be fun too.
Yeah.
And it could be
Old
like
fashioned is a drink.
Old fashioned is a drink.
Well,
Mhm.
and the other thing, when I did costuming forever, like my favorite part was not necessarily the clothing portion, but the headdresses and some of the other like props and things that they wore that were a lot more 3D masks. Those are, and I bet a lot of people still have Mardi Gras masks in their collection.
Yeah, but costuming would be fun this week.
Yes.
If you think of, or even a part of a fashion, like if you had a piece of lace, or a ruffle.
Tulle for like a wedding veil. If
Tulle.
you had like a top hat and a veil.
Yeah, a piece of leather for some boots.
Yep.
You do all sorts of good things. With these kind of parameters, we should be able to hit 400.
Yes.
I'm thinking.
And I bet we'll see at least one Star Wars fashion card.
I hope so. I do. Yoda's fashion is not the same.
Burlap sack. That's Rustic Garden.
Chewie doesn't wear anything, does he?
He wears the belt.
An ammo belt, yeah.
An ammo belt. Is Chewie MG rated? I'm not sure. So, oh my gosh. So Rustic Garden, and I often say that people can like to mesh the colors with the element. And so a lot of times they will take the Rustic Garden theme as a theme and apply the fashion to it. And so we could do overalls. That would be fine. Or something along those lines. Garden gloves.
Jean pocket? I think I might have a
gloves.
stamp that's a jean pocket.
Jean pocket would be cute.
I think I even have a denim background. That would work too.
Stretchy pants are my fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And then hexagon. We can hexagon things,
Six-sided polygon.
A six-sided polygon. A lot of people have the stencil or a stamp, and I'm thinking background, but maybe you have a beekeeper outfit, and that's the fashion, and you're going to use the hexagon in the beekeeper somehow or other.
I was thinking I have a hexagon stencil. I also have like a cool geometric die set, but I was thinking the background, just a light with like fade out ink in the background, and then putting some glasses on top. Clean and simple.
Yes, very good. I think we're ready to. I think we've got some great ideas.
It doesn't say hexagons. It just says hexagon. So one hexagon will count.
Could be like the frame, or popped up on, like, instead of popping it up on a circle or something.
Yeah, hexagon sunglasses.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready.
You look ready for bear. You don't have a mean face going right now. You've got a determined, I can do this face.
I have the don't die face.
There it's gone. It slipped into that happy face again. I like that happy face.
When in doubt.
We're going to go get our supplies while you get to watch this little tidbit from our other show in review. We'll be right back. Well done. Let's do it. Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? Do you ever say to yourself, I wish there were more Craft Roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It mystery game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show. in review. The Whodunit mystery game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included. That's a heck of a hexagon. Okay, so I am trying to make my own little hexagon here out of some scrap paper. That's not too bad. It's not, I don't know if they have to be the same, and I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to worry about it a little bit. I think I am deeming this fine, just fine. I couldn't begin to tell you what I just did. So I wonder. So that's going to be my hexagon. It is going to be my window, and I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So maybe I can make it a little bit smaller this way. There we go. There. No, you know what? I think that's okay. That's going to work. That's hexy enough. Hexy. Okay, where am I? See-through, rustic garden, fashion, and hexagon. I'm going to use my new Mug Club stamp. So, let's just see what this thing is like. We just got it today. And thank you, FedEx. You delivered it to the next street. So, yeah, these are good things. Come on, Roulette. Okay, so if you haven't been around here too long, we do have a thing about robots. I like them. And they struck fear in the hearts and the creative minds of many. But they've gotten over them. I think everybody's gotten over them pretty much. Okay, so I need some paper. See what we got. Okay, so do I make it? Oh, I'm hearing
We're
things
bring
from
Amanda
California. What do we got there?
Right.
Oh, she's got some metallics.
I found a hexagon
Good.
stencil. Maybe you can see that. I
Oh, yeah,
found
that's nice.
the set of dies that's glasses.
Yeah.
And then
I've got some of iCrafters.
And another die set. I think I'm going to go clean and simple.
Good girl.
Yep.
I have this little set from iCrafter, who's a spin sponsor. And it's got some little.
Oh, yeah, that has glasses.
Yeah, that would be cute. But you're doing that, so I don't want to do that.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope. I'm going to do my robot.
Okay.
And I cut my own stencil.
Same one.
Oh my gosh. If I can make this happen. So I had to move I moved the pencil sharpener to the basement, and the dogs know that that's where I store their treats. And so whenever I go down to sharpen my pencil, I turn the corner and there are these two precious faces looking at me. And so I have to wait until all my pencils are dull. So, because we're trying to lose weight. Puppy. And they've done a good job. Of course, they really can't do much about it except be hungry. But they're good boys. And so I have to wait. I let them outside too in the backyard when I have to do the laundry. So all for their weight management. Oh, because that's where they'll be waiting for me. You're like, you're doing your laundry. I'm going to get a treat. And it's so cute. It's so hard to say no.
Yeah, the rabbits they've figured out that Amazon often means treats. So they like Amazon boxes, or at least the Amazon driver. and they know where the raisins are in the pantry, and they expect them. If you open the door, they will show you. Like they'll just run in and put their nose. They're right here. Just open them up for us. And they also know the other cabinet where the rabbit stuff is, including their. We use pellets for treats, and so they know where those are, and they tell us every time we go near that they would like their portion.
They're so smart. Well, Kerwin the cat tells me what he wants by where he sits in the kitchen. If he sits in the middle of the kitchen and just sits there and blinks and looks darling, then I know he wants his butter. And then if he goes over by the coffee maker, I know he wants a treat. Pretty smart, you know?
Yeah. They have a way of telling us. Honey decided to tell me that she wanted more blueberries yesterday by biting my leg very hard. I didn't realize Micah had been giving her blueberries, and then he walked out of the room and I walked in, and she very forcefully told me that she wanted more blueberries.
That's so. What a communicator.
Yeah. For animals that don't make much noise, they tell you a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, they thump.
Yes.
And
they grunt.
Yeah.
And they do all kinds of. They make a
little
lot of noise. They forage in the middle of the night.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And when they eat, they're quite noisy.
Yes.
If you have that, they don't bother me though when they eat. Some people eating drives me kooky, but they do not.
They're usually pretty quiet. My son.
And I love it when they eat strawberries and their little lips get all red.
Yes, or raspberries and they look bloody.
Yes.
Halloween rabbits.
So darn cute. Just amazingly darling.
I think I'm gonna do the more square ones.
Oh, those are good looking. High fashion. Well, this guy's fashion is roller skates because he really doesn't wear clothes. I just thought of that. Maybe this is not a good choice because he doesn't. Am I breaking the rule, Mr. Producer?
Skates are fashion. I mean, I would
always add fashion to him. It doesn't have to be the most prominent thing.
Maybe he can. Oh, Roulette. Oh, Roulette. What do we do with you? Land of Goshen. How do we fix this little issue?
I got to meet Deputy Heidi in person. She's very nice.
Yes. I thought she was taking you off to the Hooskow.
Nope. Chances are she probably won't actually get you. So
I saw those pictures. It was so fun to see that. Yeah, you've been getting all around.
Yeah, so I'm doing Expo this year. 8 shows out of the 11. And I got an email today from somebody she was sad because I'm not going to be in the Georgia show. And I don't know why I put that away. And so she was wondering if I could help her out with some of the make and take stuff. So that was fun.
Oh. Yeah, 8's a lot.
Yeah, you show up. Well, because it's, usually we're kind of flying there or, coming from far away, come in the day before and then get any last minute packaging stuff done because I don't want packaging to get crushed in my suitcase. So a lot of that happens that night at the hotel. For anything that's in like the small bags, I don't want the bags to look frumpy. I want them to be fashionable.
High fashion.
Yes. So I do that night, and then Thursday morning, load in. Thursday evening, the mega make and take. And then all day Friday and Saturday is Expo. And then Saturday, as soon as it ends, we start loading out. and then I
Mhm.
fly home on Sunday. So
That's pretty tough.
There was a suggestion to add a bow tie.
I read
ooh, a
that.
bow tie is good. I think that's in that iCrafter set too. Isn't there one in there?
I'm
Maybe.
thinking that's a good idea, Leslie.
I think I'm gonna add
I
one
see
more.
a bow tie in Roulette's future. Now, Roulette has worn clothes before. I do a drawing of Roulette every month for the patrons, and he has worn clothes. I can't remember exactly. I know at some point I drew him with a tutu on, but I don't remember if I used that one. I don't think I didn't do it straight either, so. Oh, well. That's good. We can fix this. Would they have these? Okay, so we have.
I'm gonna try die
Plastic?
cutting my acetate without shims so that it doesn't completely cut. Because acetate tends to be kind of a pain in the butt.
Yes, it can
And
be.
it just wiggles. Ah, good, it worked. So it's just the outline is there. So now I can follow the outline with scissors and the lenses will still be in place. But I'm definitely going to need my glasses.
Well, they're not a bad thing to have handy.
Those
Yep.
look fashionable.
Yeah, actually, I think they're the same glass. Oh, not quite.
Okie dokie. What are we going to do with you, mister? We're going to add. That looks like a nice rustic garden color for flowers. Some pretty things. That would be pretty. Pretty greens. Greens. Gotta have some greens. And one more.
I was working on my card last night. It's been a busy week. So I definitely take advantage almost every week of the extra days for being a member of
Yes, you do.
being a patron, however you say it.
That's good. That works.
Yeah. And so I turned on the show, the replay, to get the parameters again. And it was such a fun show. I ended up watching the whole thing all over again.
Oh, how fun. I watched a bit of it today just to remember how I say things, and it was fun. Mamie was a wonderful guest.
Yes. I got to meet her too at Creativation.
Well, you were a conduit. You and Linda Gorman.
Linda Gorman, definitely. And she brought Mamie up so we could meet her, and then told her all about Craft Roulette, and she was excited.
We were excited to meet her.
Yeah.
And if Vinny were here, he would say, if you haven't clicked the thumbs up, now's the good time. And if you are late to the show and you're wondering what is going on here, this is Craft Roulette, the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge. And we're here almost every Friday night and doing a little impromptu crafting. And tonight we are getting to craft with the lovely Amanda Stevens from California, the founder and owner of Pear Blossom Press lights that you can light up your cards.
Yeah.
Which
I
is super
probably
fun.
should have tried to figure that out tonight, but
My light up cards over. So we can look at those. So
samples of your light up cards
hasn't seen them. They're so fun.
They are fun.
They are, and they're not hard. I was intimidated. I think a lot of people are, but everybody says, what do they say? Oh, it was so easy, right? So easy.
When we made the Easy Light, that's why we called it that. And then when we made the One Light, I needed something even easier, and we almost called it the Easier Light, but I thought that was a little too cheesy. So,
I love that.
yeah,
I would totally, yeah,
it probably would
easy
help
your
me in
life.
explaining it to people, but it is what it
But
is.
one of the things about your explanation, I listened to a podcast that you were on,
Uh,
and it was very informative and good. And I know it's hard to listen to those things when you're on them, but it was great. And one of the things you said was people would call you or write you with the same questions about it. And so you made an answer for that. And what do you do for that little situation?
yeah,
You have Crafternoon.
we do. Well, so Crafternoon actually started in person before COVID. There's a local coffee shop, and it's like a 3-story coffee shop, and the basement is pretty much always empty. They only open it when they're like really busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the manager; she's very nice. And I said, "Hey, I want to do an in-person event, and I don't want to pay because places charge. They want your money." Um, but I wanted to do a free event, just open to anybody in the community. Come and basically let's craft afternoon. Let's craft together, whatever you're working on. And so Talene told me that Sundays were a good day, and like after 1 o'clock, like 1 o'clock or on. So
Okay.
we hosted Crafternoon in person at the coffee shop once a month. And then with COVID, they shut down and we couldn't get together in person anymore. So we just took it to Zoom. And that was really nice because then we could open it up to everybody. And, people were home. And so this
Right.
allowed them still to have personal interaction. And it's not the same as like watching a YouTube video where you don't get to interact. So we just kept it going, and we made it every week. So that also, it's also a great place that I can direct people to if they happen to be working on a light up card. They don't have to be. You absolutely
Mm-hmm.
do not have to be working on a light up card to join us for Craft Afternoon. But if
Right.
you are and you're stuck, I'm on camera, you're on camera, and I can help you. So
Yeah.
that's
Like
that
getting
was
tutored.
yeah. Well, yeah. And even like so a lot of times when I'm doing expos, I'm not home on Sunday. So luckily Berta and Jen Gross are there, and Sire's there a lot of times, and
Mm-hmm.
they're all experts. They can help you. So and Sire. So last show I got to meet Sire. He came out and he did the make and take. So he is now officially a light up card making expert because he helped 100 people do it.
Yes. And you know what, though? He had the happiest face.
Yes.
Almost as happy as your face.
Oh.
But he just looked like he was in his element.
We had fun. We had a lot of fun.
He's
Tanisa came
super
out
nice.
too. She owns
Mm-hmm.
Trinity Stamps, and
Mm-hmm.
she helped in the booth. And Rachel Wynn came out. Um, so that was very fun. We had a good group and great
That's neat.
people actually to work with. So and to meet. So I enjoyed it.
Wonderful. Where's your next one?
The next one that I'm doing is Schaumburg, Illinois. So basically Chicago.
Okay.
Um, and that is when is that? August. It's in August, the middle of August, I think. I
Okay.
don't know the dates off the top of my head. And then September, we're going to Mesa, Arizona. And then October, we have 2 more shows in California. So Sacramento and then hometown. I'm in Riverside, but we're going to have one in Ontario, California.
Uh-huh.
So that will be fun.
Good. That's a good way to
Yeah,
end the tour.
ended
Your
at
home.
home.
Yeah. Yeah. How we're looking here. We're gonna be okay. I got some water spots on there, so it looks rustic. Now, how you want to look this? Oh, you gonna look rustic, Mister? So it's got this little neck right here, so I think I can just a little bow tie right there. And now he's fashionable.
There you go.
Mary Moisen says she'll see you in Chicago.
Yay!
And you
Jen
will
Gross is
know
gonna
her
be teaching a class
because.
there. So you guys should
I'm sorry?
definitely, if you're in the area, come take Jen's class. She's going to teach a light up card, a shaker card, and teach you how to color with alcohol inks. So,
Oh, and she's good.
yeah.
And you will know her because she is planning on wearing her craft roulette gear.
Yay! Good. Good, good, good.
Now Mary Moisen was one of our first people that would do process videos for craft roulette
Oh,
early on. But she got busy and she hasn't been able to lately, but we look forward to having her do it again.
Well, it'll be nice to see her.
Yeah. I do have some questions for patrons. You said you had been so busy you hadn't looked on Patreon to see if there were any questions that said, "Don't look, Amanda." So I think we're safe there. But Irene Smith asked, what do you feel is the most significant change to the card making world since you first began? So how long have you
Lord.
been? Forever?
I have been making cards since I was a kid, like a long time. And back then I made them on note card paper, three-hole paper, and folded it in half. And somebody taught me how to draw Snoopy, which turns out I did not know how to draw Snoopy, but I thought I did. So everybody got a Snoopy card from me. And but I didn't know what stamps were. And then when I was like, I don't know, 16, something like that, I went to Stampin' Up! Party with my mother outlaw. So I kept her in the divorce. And I wasn't married at that point, but we were dating at that point. And then Stampin' Up! Got me hooked because I love to make cards, but I can't draw. And so, stamps. That makes life easier.
Very easy.
So I was hooked. And then I discovered that other places like Michael's carries Hero Arts and things like that. And there's other stamp places in the world. And then I also started teaching at scrapbooking stores. And then you can't use Stampin' Up! Products for that. So I learned about other stuff. But what's changed the most, man, when I really got into card making, a card wasn't complete unless it had glitter and or ribbon. And now, and I have so many rolls of ribbon, like a ridiculous amount of ribbon. But, I'll use it eventually for something, just not cards anymore. So I think that's one of the big things that's changed. We hardly ever put actual textiles on our cards anymore. Although this week on Craft Roulette, everybody's making fashion cards, so I bet we'll see fabric and ribbon.
We really could, which is fun.
And then there was remember after the ribbon went to gold twine, like the bird's nest, you'd make a knot of twine, and then you'd quickly stick something on top of it, and then your card was done.
Yes.
And now, too, I don't know.
I think that was
now there's so many things, but I don't do those things anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, you have done it long enough that you have your style too, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons I really love card making, is because you're not committed to a specific style for more than one card. You can make one card, and if you love it, you can make more. And if you hate it, you don't ever have to explore that again,
Right.
So, and sometimes we see a technique or something inspires us and we want to give it a try, and then we decide, it's not necessarily for me. But
good point. Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we get hooked. I don't know what scent.
Sometimes. Do you go on benders?
Yes. Yeah. Like I'm on a mini slimline bender for like 3 years now. I love mini slimlines.
It gets better, Amanda. Keep trying. It gets better.
Well, I'm not a big mini slimline person. We did have I think we had a parameter one time that you had to make 4 mini slimlines.
Oh
That
my
was
god,
an early
4
one.
cards.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
like Stamp Wars. Too much.
That was
all at
before we
once.
had guests.
Oh, okay.
And I was just hurting myself.
Yes.
I think we were under the naive assumption that it probably won't land on that. But no, if you put it on the wheel, it's going to land on it eventually.
Yep.
Especially now because I leave things on the wheel until we get them sometimes. I'm just like, nope, we're not taking that one off. It's staying until we get it. You're going to sit at that table and eat that broccoli. Yeah. Well, Berta has a question for you, but Berta is, you learned about Craft Roulette through Berta, right?
Yeah, Berta is the one who
Yeah.
introduced me. And then I was a lurker for a long time. And then, like a lot of times I would be working on design team projects on Friday nights when I was watching. So you wouldn't necessarily know it, but some of the parameters would end up in cards that you wouldn't see for a month.
How about that?
But yeah, Berta introduced me and now I'm hooked.
We love it. We love that you're hooked.
And Berta's always in Crafternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you have that link on your website, which is Pear Blossom Press, right?
Oh yeah, just at
If
the top
somebody
of the
wants to-
website. There's
to
a
pop
little
in.
thing that says Crafternoon.
And are you excited
Right.
about your orange spoonaphone?
Yes, I am.
I've had it sitting here for several weeks now, and it's just been so hard to not tell you.
Aw, I am excited, and I actually have a place already for him.
Oh,
I didn't know he was coming, but I'm ready.
It's gonna come your way. Just don't let Honey Bunny chew on him.
No, she won't. I'll put it up
Well,
high.
I thought it was safe, but look what Boomer did to mine. Chewed the snot out of it, but
She
He
was
was so
editing. So I
cute,
never
just
scrapbook,
read.
but I made one a couple years ago for myself, just a little mini album,
Mhm.
and just like where you take a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and turn it into like a 4 or 5 page book.
Mhm.
And I made it for myself, and that was the first time I ever finished a scrapbook for myself. And the rabbit edited it the other day. She ate off a bunch of decorative parts of the front.
Honey, that was not good move, girl.
No. And then she was editing a coffee table book yesterday.
They just don't know when to stop sometimes.
Well, she was mad at me, and that was her way of telling me, you really do need to pay attention and hand me some more treats, or I'm going to eat this book. And she would take a bite, and then she would look at me, and then if I didn't pay attention, she'd take another bite.
That's impressive communication skills.
Yep.
You didn't have to teach her that. She just
No,
knows.
she figured that out all by herself.
Smart bunny. Going to not be a card crime, but it's not going to be one of my best ones. So I've got, let's see how we're doing. See-through, yep. Rustic garden, I guess. Fashion, I added a bow tie hexagon. I think I'm going to make this a little different size.
You'll have to explain card crimes.
That one's definitely not a card crime.
Well, it's not a card masterpiece,
It's very cute, though.
but it'll do. It'll do in a pinch on a Friday night.
Micah says he's still in traffic.
Yeah.
By the way.
So yeah,
Oh, my
Micah. So we
stars.
live in Southern California, and he doesn't always have to go into work. And for whatever reason, they called a meeting that he had to be at today on a Friday. And he works in Monrovia. We live in Riverside. So on a good day with no traffic, that's an hour. So today it's probably 2.5 hours to get home for him.
Oh.
But Lagatha will drive. That's the car. We named her Lagatha because she's Swedish. And as long as you put her in the lane, she'll do the rest. So
Good girl.
yeah, you're supposed to look. If you're not looking, she'll beep at you.
Oh, is that right?
But other than that,
Kind of a bossy.
Yeah,
She eat
well,
a book if you're not looking.
she beeps and then she'll tell you what she wants you to do. And if she thinks you're falling asleep, she'll pull over and turn off. So apparently she's like a rabbit, needs attention.
Not just gas either.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Do you like it? Are you used to that
I
kind of
love the car.
Yeah.
I don't even use the it's like auto assist or drive assist or something. It's not like self-driving, but it's electric. And if you ever think you're going to buy an electric car to save the environment, don't. Buy an electric car because they are so fun to drive.
Oh, is that right?
Oh my gosh.
That
So
much
I used to work at a race
difference.
car driving school. I don't know if I told
That's
you
right. Uh-huh.
that, but I did. And I do like to drive fast. And she does not disappoint.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, you're always in first gear. So you have a ton of torque. So it's just you can go very fast. And then even when you're already going fast, because you're still in first gear, you still have torque. You can go faster. You can go around people, which in LA you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, I don't drive that often. My commute is from the house to the garage because that's where our craft room is.
Right. Mine's
Yeah.
down 6 stairs, I think is what it is. 7, 6, 7. Out to the post office, and that's about it.
Don't listen to him, Lagatha.
Micah takes her out on a regular basis. I drove her all the way to Arizona. People ask, like what the range is. And Marianne, I think Marianne's here in the chat. She drove with me. We drove up to Pleasanton, which is in the Bay Area. On the one day it snowed at Disneyland and everything. So instead of it being a 6-hour trip, it took us like 12. But it took everybody else that long too. So, but we just stopped and charged and went to see Candy while it was charging and stuff like that. And it only takes like 20 minutes to get a good charge. So as long as you can get
not bad.
Yeah, and that won't take you to 100%, but it takes you back up to 80, which is a lot of range. So
yeah.
I mean, you can charge to 100 if you want, but it's funny because when you're using a fast charger, to go from if you're down to 30% or something, or 25% and you want to fill up, you can get to 80% really, really fast. But that last 10% will take a long time. It's just physics, and Micah can explain it much better than me because he does batteries for a living. I
understand it. Yeah.
It's kind of like a funnel, and the funnel closes the more you put in. They're almost like a water balloon. It just gets harder to put more in at the end.
Okay.
There's just more resistance. So anyhow, you just charge up to 80% and you're on the road again in just a couple minutes. So,
well, you hardly have time to eat an ice cream cone.
Yeah. Usually, by the time you need to charge, you need a restroom anyhow.
Right. So, exactly.
What I'm really surprised at is that you don't see more chargers at Starbucks. You would think you would. At least here, I don't see a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it's like one of those things. I don't look for them because I don't have an electric car, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, the car, she'll tell you too. When you turn her on, if you plug in where you're going to, she'll tell you what your charge will be when you get there and how long it'll take. And she'll tell you if you need to charge in between, and then she'll suggest places along the way. And she'll also tell you
Man,
what percentage you'll be at when you get home. So you'll know if you need to charge on the way home.
there's no reason for you to run out of charge then, really, is there? If you
No,
pay any attention to your
and
car.
I don't ever have to go to the gas station anymore. Well, except for the
Yeah,
truck. But I mean, just when we get home, you just plug it in like a cell phone, like the end of the night, plug in your cell
right,
phone. And
right.
we almost never are going anywhere where we use the full charge anyhow. So,
I used to have to plug my truck in at night because it was on cold nights because it was diesel,
oh, okay.
and to keep it from freezing or going gelling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a big truck.
Yeah.
I had to pull the mirrors in to park it in the garage. And I'm not a big person. You couldn't see my head over the top of the. So if you were behind me, it looked like nobody was driving, which I kind of enjoyed. I'm putting metallics on here for you.
I'm putting metallics on here also.
Get,
Okay, so one of the products that I want to make is a T-square for card makers that has a 0 center for the 4 1/4 and for the 5 1/2. So like 4 1/4 one side, 5 1/2 this side, and then I want thirds.
absolutely do it.
Because this, where's my half? I have to do the
Right.
math, and I'm on a live game show. I don't have time to math. So, and if I had the thirds, like here, 2 little red dots to show me where the thirds were, I could totally eyeball it. But so that's one of the projects in the works when I get time to work on a new product.
I've got another idea I want to tell you about too.
Okay.
I want you to make.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always just telling you about what I want next. Jay Thomas, and he doesn't have 2 first names. His last name is Thomas. I had to find this out, but he asked Christopher Allen about. He gave him a great answer about being a business owner for being a crafting business, and he would like to know: would you encourage crafters to monetize their creative process?
Sure.
Might as
Well,
well.
I mean, there's lots of ways to do it. So,
Uh-huh.
and this is one I tell people this all the time. Like, we have an affiliate program. If you're like sharing any of the stuff that we have, I really, really appreciate it if you use those links, because then I can see where it came from, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy to, you only get paid if you actually share something that people buy, so
Right.
it's not like I have to pay you if nobody
An
buys.
hourly wage.
So
Right.
I'm totally fine to pay you when they do. And it's, I just think it's a great thing for people to help support their hobby. And I also think, like, why wouldn't you? It doesn't cost anybody more to use an affiliate link, whether they
Right.
just go direct or whether they use an affiliate link. They'll pay exactly the same, and nobody's like collecting your information to pass on to anybody else. The
Right.
only information is the same information you'd enter either way, so it's not like a security risk or anything. But and it really does help companies like us know who to ask to guest design and that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing, or to invite to be on the team if you have a design team, because, well, I mean, we can look at the numbers. So
Right.
and also,
If
why
they
wouldn't
really
you?
use
Like,
your stuff
is it
and
I
are
don't think it's
willing to share.
I don't think it's horrible or anything, weird to to do that. It helps. Everybody has costs associated. You know how that goes. It'll sneak up on you whether you realize it or not. So if you can help offset that and also get new products, why not? So.
I think that's a good answer. So Jay, go for it. I think
Yeah,
Jay does
absolutely.
go for it. I think he does. I don't know. He works hard. He's out there just making videos and.
Yeah, I like Jay's videos.
Yeah.
Jay's in a chat. So Mylin has a chat for, I can't remember. It's like Friday Night Crafts or something like that. There's the group and then there's the chat, and Jay's in there and we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Jay did the
He's
virtual
very
retreat
active.
when I did BellaCon. So that was fun.
He's on it. He loves it, and it's neat.
Are you
It's
done?
neat to see somebody that really likes stuff. Well, I think anything I do from now on will make it worse, and I think it's bad enough. So, right
I just
now,
want to add a
I'm
couple
just gonna
gems.
relax a little. You're fine. I got some more questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you've talked about this before too, but briefly, what Melissa Miller would like to know your inspiration for creating Easy Lights.
Oh, well, our first product was actually called the Power Pack, and it was designed to work with Chibitronics. And so we went to Chibitronics first, and we said, hey, is this something you guys are looking at putting out? Because it was basically just like a battery holder and a switch. And then it had two big pads, so it was shaped like a capital T. And you just you'd put your power pack down, you'd put your Chibitronics where you want them, and then copper tape. So plus, plus, minus, minus, done. It's just sticker, sticker, tape, tape, done. But we still had a lot of people tell us that it was a little hard. So we moved into the Easy Lights. But I went to Chibitronics first and asked them if they were going to do that. And they said no, because, they're focused on STEM. Teaching how to build the circuit is a big part of that. And it's really not hard, but I know that crafters don't necessarily want to learn how to build a circuit.
Yeah.
So I tell people, we're the gateway. Once you get started, then you can get into the really fun, crazy circuits. She's got reed switches now. She's got some really cool stuff. And when we were at Creativation, G is the founder, and she also her doctorate defense is on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. It's so good. It made me cry. She's like totally one of my heroes. So when I got to meet her the first time, I was just like instantly in love. And last year when we were at Creativation again, I was hanging out with her and stuff. So she's a huge, huge inspiration.
That's cool.
But we specifically started Easy Lights knowing that we weren't, stepping on their toes because it's a different market. I mean, some of it overlaps, but overall we're not.
It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. A light is a light.
Yeah.
Rebecca Feltner is wondering, are you going to make one that has an on and off switch?
An on and off switch. Yeah. So I actually made some prototypes for Karen Burniston that have an on and off switch. So I might do a special run just for Karen. So, I mean, something. I have to talk to her about it. I'm going to break it out.
Oh, this little guy's font. My glue is coming off, I think. He's really beat up, but this is, he's really beat up. He lost his hand up here. This is supposed to be under his hand that had a wheel. I don't know where the wheel is. But this is using the 3 lights.
Yeah, that's the Easy Light.
And that was my first one. And there's his hand. See, it's holding a wheel. And it says spin on it. So, yeah, there, that looks better. I'll have to fix him. But that's one that I have made that was fun. And then this one, I can't remember. This one has a halo. And so that it lights up.
Oh yeah,
around,
they should be here sometime soon today.
The light, yeah.
Anytime. UPS is delivering the new ones.
I'm trying to beat up tube. And then here's a little light inside the camper. the watermelon camper. Oh, of course. And here's a little owl whose eyes light up. Where is it? I have my push button, but I don't know if I have it in the right place. Well, there's one of the from the last one. Okay, so I must not take good care of these. There it is. Okay, so there's that little owl's eyes light up because they're owl.
He could be a Halloween owl.
He could. He could indeed. Oh, we got some cards coming in, Amanda.
I'll show you a sneak of mine. Don't tell. This comes out on Monday.
Okay.
Can you see him? His nose lights up. Anything that makes a Rudolph, I try to make his nose light up. So that's coming out on Monday from Rabbit Hole Designs. The Rabbit Hole.
Really cute.
Delivers presents in the southern hemisphere.
And here's another camper card with the little girl inside, and it lights like she's turning on the light.
So
knock,
cute.
knock. Hello.
You know, it's funny when you did that. So at the same time when you were doing that, Spellbinders was working on, they call it Celebration of Craft. And it was a big, like, for other store owners. It was like a big virtual event for them. And they put out their trailer. And it had all kinds of different add-ons for it. And it was super cute. And you showed me that. And I knew they were working on it with our lights. And I was like, oh man, they're going to think I told you.
Oh, you did not tell me. And I've made those campers. I made those campers as kits probably 15 years ago or 12, and used to sell them as kits with PDFs. It wasn't PDFs. I would send out, it was back in analog. So they've been around a long time. So
they were super cute. And it was such a cute idea. I saw you doing it, and they did a really good job with it too. And
good. Yeah, they're cute. It is cute kind of idea.
It's a fun idea.
Yeah. Tanisha does ask, have you ever used your light up product? I love this question. Have you ever used your light up products on something other than a card? Like, I don't know what you would use it for, but what?
I put them on like some pins that were like Halloween, like blue ribbon kind of pins for, I can't remember what it was, but it was an iCrafter die set that made a rosette, like blue ribbon kind of thing. And I lit them up for Halloween, and then I put pin backs on the back. But other than that, I haven't really too much. An on-off switch would be far more useful for that. But
right.
I also thought that would be fun for like Buzz Lightyear. Because you just hold it, and on his arm, and he has his little laser, pew pew.
I don't know if Anna York has ever used those for her lightsabers.
That would be really fun.
It would.
All right, Anna, give me a call.
Yeah, and neon lights. I still like that idea, but
Micah really wants to do neon lights. The problem with neon lights is they all have 12 volts, and there's no. Our batteries are all 3 volts.
Right.
And there's no stepping it up or down enough in a flat, cheap manner to make neon lights.
We'll have to figure out faux neon lights then.
Yes. So Brutus Monroe has
a Brooks and
their
Dunn
watercolors that are like super neon. Let's see. I think I have some here. Yeah, they're called like aqua pigments.
Yeah.
So you could always like paint with them, and then like. The halos, I think, would be really cool if you had this, and then the halos would come on and make them glow.
Yeah, colored acetate would do a lot.
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we could keep you busy for the rest of the day, I think. Anyway, Grandma Gay does have your thoughtful question. I think you'll be fine with it. Squeezing this one more answer in. What colors come to mind when you close your eyes, those cute little happy eyes, and think of metal smithing? Metal smithing.
Oh, metal smithing. Well, I've done a lot of, in college, I took metal smithing, and that was a lot of fun. So the colors that I see are like brass that's a little bit oxidized, silver that's oxidized, because your pieces are dirty until the end.
Yeah.
And so like it's almost like the magic comes out at the end. So I like the just like tarnished metals. So any of your golds and silvers, and then also I was playing with setting cabochons. So, and I remember like some really deep red cabochons that I had that I was really nervous about setting and not cracking. So if I think about metalsmithing, I think of those colors.
Yeah, I used to do we used to do jewelry in metals, and it was fun. Very fun, very tedious to file everything and all that. Well, okay, I'm going to go through this crazy card. I think what I might still do is just take this front part off and trim it down. It seems a little bit annoying, and I think I might like it better then. So, I'm going to
stay tuned.
Yeah, so this may not be the card you see Monday. Well, it'll be less. It'll be less, but more. So I'm gonna
You
just
got all that colored and everything too. I just barely did this, and you're way
but look at it. Yours is so cute. So I've got my see-through, I've got a window, and I've got rustic garden. I'm happy with the rustic garden. I added some kind of stuff, this stuff, to make it have some rustic kind of stuff, but it's pretty fresh. It's not terribly grungy or anything, but I think you could find this in an old garden with some greens and in the spring, a rustic spring garden. And Fashion, I gave him a bow tie. Thank you again, Leslie, for the idea. And for hexagon, I cut my own little hexagon shape because I didn't have a die, and added all these redundant hexagons. So those are things that are going to go away. But I think I might just, cut like a frame. While I tell everybody else how to play. And what a card crime is something I only talk about with myself. A card crime is a card that I think has some misdemeanors on it, and that it's just not as good as I like. And so it's a redo. And so I charge myself with a misdemeanor, unless it's a felony, and then I have to throw it away and lock it up forever. But it's only, I only talk about card crimes on my own cards. I would never think that about anybody else. I can always find something I like. So anyway, see, it's already better. So that is it for me for 169. I think I got it done. And then you have this clean and simple piece that's so darling.
Well, I used the eyeglasses, and there's a little piece of acetate underneath, so you can see through to the hexagon background underneath, and I only partially stenciled it. And then I used a cheater sentiment, which are really fun and awesome. And brought in that black again here, Gina K style.
Yes.
And gave it a border. And a little bit of gold. So my colors there's just gold and cream and black. Those seem like rustic garden, right?
Absolutely. Very good.
And the glasses are fashion. I think I got them all.
I've already done it.
And nobody died.
Nobody died. And Bunny didn't get stepped on, and everything is good. I just had to try this stamp set because we just got it today, and I wanted to play with it. I think if I hadn't just gotten the stamp set, I wouldn't have made this card the way I did, but it's okay.
It's cute.
My misdemeanor is, it's better already. I think they're going to let me make a card again. They're not going to take away my license.
That's right.
That's good.
And people who send in 100 cards can get that stamp set too, right?
Yes, and they can make better cards than mine. The thing that I have found that I just find thrilling is with the Craft Roulette, the basics set, all the cards that people have made are so ingenious, and they have been using it in such interesting ways. I got to find that one card. Just a second. Yep. Here's the card that you made for Mr. Producer's birthday. Doink. And when he got it, he just went, wow.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Okay, so there's already cards coming in, so let's tell everybody how they can play and let you and
Micah just brought me this.
It came. They came. Your
My
halos.
I've been waiting on them. So this is our new Halo Light combo. We had the halos before. They looked like this. So they have the circles.
Right.
But we were paying for the middle anyhow. And so we decided to pop some one lights in there. So they'll just pop out like a die.
Oh,
Like that.
brilliant.
And then these pop out. And there you go. And now you've got a halo and one lights. I'm excited.
That's what I would get. Yeah.
And these
yeah.
will all
I think
point in
that's-
towards each other. These are the ones that you used in that one card.
Right. It's like a circle. It's just the coolest thing.
Yep.
Yeah, see how simple that is? You just have to, and you can go on Crafternoon and find out how people make them. And you have videos too. Lots of videos, right?
Oh yeah, we have tons of videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tons of videos.
Nobody's, excuse me, pardon me, left in the dark. But I'll be here all week.
Joke crime.
Wait, you had one that went over our heads earlier.
All right, let's go tell everybody how they can play, give away some stuff, and say thank you to our patrons. We'll be back with Amanda in just a minute. You're going to want to play with us, right? You're going to want to send in a card using those same 4 parameters: see-through, rustic garden, fashion, and hexagon. Of course, it has to say MG rated. Send that to craftroulette.live. There's a form already open. It's easy to do. We want to meet you. Tell us who you are if you're new, and we will celebrate you as a first timer next week. Tuesday night we do have a show coming up, and we may end up showing your card on that too. We've got some nice people coming up, some fun friends we haven't seen in a while, and Vicky Ruda, one of our favorite viewers, she has been training to stay up at night because it's going to be in the middle of the night for her. So because she's in Great Britain, so we're going to meet Vicky. She has been so excited to be on. She had a picture of her planner this week on our Facebook group. By the way, if you're not a part of our Facebook group, it's Craft Roulette Show. You have to answer a couple questions to be let in, otherwise I just hit decline. But she had her planner, and it had tech call and on Craft Roulette, and she's just super excited. We're so glad to have her on, and her husband too, I hope, will be awake. Last week she shared a picture of him. He didn't look awake. So Adrian and Vicky, don't miss it. It's gonna be fun. And she's got a charming accent. I will sound very Southern, I think. We do want to thank our patrons. You guys are the reason that we are here on Friday night. We would have quit a long time ago if it hadn't been for you, because you are making it so that we have the right technology, the right tools, the right cameras, all those things. And I am a tightwad. Ask Mr. Producer. He has to pretty much just beg to get anything new, and he has to do a whole lot of shopping to get the best prices, or else it isn't going to get in this room. But you guys are the best. We thank you so much for being part. Amanda is a patron, and we appreciate her being that indeed. We do have a call tomorrow on Club Fun. We do a lot of scrapbooking. We have a scrapbook game. We talk about scrapbooking, but you don't have to be a scrapbooker. You can come and just hang out. Grandma Gay joins us, and she just kind of chats and sorts things and has a good time. But you can just hang out. If you need a little crafty group, we are there for you. And then, like I said, Thursday we will have the Zoom call for fun supporters, and it will be our birthday card, because we have a wonderful card exchange with over 100 people in it, and it's fun. That's a lot of cards we get to send out. But we make a lot of cards. That confetti means either Patty Beck is on the screen, or it is time to give something away. And we have some wonderful things to give away. Of course, we're going to start with something that's probably not so big, but it's still fun. It is our OG. It is our original gift. Our original giveaway, which is a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. So, who's going to get it? If you sent in a card last week, your name will be on that board. Man, look at that thing spin, would you? That's like Amanda's tires when she's driving that electric car just going down the highway. Lickety split. Like a giant rabbit's chasing her. Who's getting it? Barbara Foster. We do ask that you contact us after the show using the claim price form so that we can find you. We know where to send these wonderful things. Now, a goodie bag. which is not going to go outside the United States because it's too expensive. But who gets a goodie bag? We have lots of wonderful things that people have sent as donations. Oh, Sire, we got in. Don't worry about that. Sire will figure out something. Probably a goodie bag because you're Sire. And for Brutus Monroe, we got Sire as a patron because of a goodie bag. I said, be a patron to pay off your postage because he wanted it and he hasn't quit. So there you go. It wasn't really a bait and switch or anything. We're just glad to have you. For a Brutus Monroe $25 gift certificate, Christopher also has a discount for you this month. Lynn Severson. Congratulations, Lynn. You have been a long-time watcher. Let me know you want that wonderful gift certificate. We'll take care of that. For May Maiden's gift certificate. She's got a lot of good stuff. And if you didn't see her on the show, I would love it if you watched it and told us because she was delightful. Maria B. Congratulations, Maria B. Make sure you use the email that you sent your card in so that it will pass inspection. Otherwise, it will be declined. All right. This must be going to Pear Blossom Press, and you're going to want those Halo new lights, right? I would. Yes, I totally... Lynn Severson. You already won. I thought that seemed familiar. I know I just heard that name. Try again. Yeah.
That's how you know it's truly random.
Yeah, Amanda says, Lynn, you need to buy a ticket. All right, here we go. I don't see your name again, so. Teresa Parmenter, cool deal. Teresa, well done. Been watching this a long time too. So you guys let me know and I'll get you in touch with all the things you need to get in touch with. Again, leading ladies, you can start looking for your Mug Club stamp. They are in the mail and I will be adding them as we go along. It's going to take me a couple weeks to get all these stamps out probably. But then again, you never know. Sometimes I get on a toot and just head down, butt to the wind, and take care of business. So, but do email me using the contact form and let me know your address. So that'll speed things up. All right. Well, let's see what Amanda's up to. She's been holding the bunny, but I think the bunny just got down.
I put her down.
She said, where are the blueberries? I want the blueberries. Come on, Fess. Get them for me. Oh, there she is. Hello, pretty honey.
Around and say hello.
Hello, pretty honey. Look at that precious.
She has a mullet. She's the Joe Dirt of bunnies.
She's adorable. She is just adorable. Honey Bunny, I am so sorry we didn't get a bunny. But you could make a bunny. You could make a fashionable bunny.
A fashionable bunny. Give it a bow tie.
That's right. No rabbits were harmed in the making of this card. So, all right. Well,
not the rabbit.
That's for darn sure. Well, thank you again for being with us. You're always just a lot of fun. And you have seen us through thick and thin. I mean to tell you, what a friend.
Oh, well, thank you. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Yeah, the weekend has started when Craft Roulette is saying things like kiss your brain. It's time to call it in.
And I don't even have to wait till Thursday to submit my cards.
No! Wouldn't that be funny, though, if you did? No,
I'll have it to you right away.
I know you will. Thank you so much for all the things you do behind the scenes with us and getting us ready for this October 7th event and just being a great friend. Nice gal.
Well, thank you.
Kiss those brains, everybody. Get those little brains all warmed up for a card. Send them in. Are we going to get to 400? Let's do it.
That would be so cool. We could do it. 400.
We were darn close this time. It's crazy. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Chatterbox, I look forward to reading your comments tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Gold stars for all of you. That's right. Thank you, Amanda and Honey Bunny. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday and Friday. Bye-bye.